You're listening to the Fairies and Folklore podcast by Renal. I'm dark fantasy author Renal Jansen van Vieren. With nearly a decade of digging around in dusty folklore books, researching creatures of imagination that ignited my curiosity, I'm here to share the folklore in a nutshell and how I reimagined it for my writing in An Origin of the Fae. This is the Fairies and Folklore podcast. Hi, I'm your host, Renal Jansen van Vieren. You can just call me Renal. In today's episode, we're continuing our exploration of the Fae realm. We are continuing our exploration of small, everyday Fae. Today's fairy, imps. Folklore in a nutshell by Renal. Imps, such as bogies, are tiny and evanescent when you actually encounter them. They are usually pitch black and live in dark spaces such as cupboards, closets, attics, and basements. Their choice of dwelling help bogies in their favorite exploit against humans, popping out of their hiding places and scaring people. This is where the term bogeyman or boogeyman come from. In Germanic folklore, imps are small, ugly, often bewinged and horned. They excel at playing tricks. These wild and mischievous creatures tend to assist witches. There are stories of them getting trapped inside objects, such as swords and crystals, in need of rescuing. It is believed that Puck from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream is also an imp. He is certainly mischievous enough to be one. Imps are usually shown as being small in stature and unattractive. They always play pranks and are in search of human companionship. Even when they secure the friendship they sought, they'll still play pranks on their friend, as it is in their nature. This is where the term impish, to describe someone who loves pranks and practical jokes, came from. Clearly, imps appear in different sizes and shapes, and their magical abilities vary from nation to nation. In fiction, they have been twisted to fit the story they have to play in. Just remember, real imps are tricky, mischievous, and sometimes malicious. And now for my interpretation of the Fae. In An Origin of the Fae, imps. Imps are the caretakers of forests. They can easily be mistaken for leaves or twigs. They have big, glowing eyes that are as light green as plant sap, sharp, pointy teeth, pointy ears. The older they get, the more bark grows on them. While they're young, they look more like green leaves. You can tell their relative age by their coloring. The greener, the younger, and how browner they get, the older they are. They live in trees. They tend the fairy rings growing in the forest. Fairy rings are made up of rocks, moss, and white flowers. The imps use these to change the size of their guests. Imps have powerful magic. Not only do they use the fairy rings to change the size of their guests in the forest, they also have the power to change summoning spells in such a way that not even fairy dogs can break it. Imps also have power over the forest itself. They can make ferns move in such a way that it's almost like riding on waves. Tree branches move to accommodate them. They even have houses inside plants without harming the host. Imps travel all over the forest every day, taking care of every plant. It's what they do. Being the caretakers of the forests, they have their own greenhouses to grow new trees and other plants. That allows them to plant new trees and other plants in the forest faster. They have various creatures of the forest work for them. Slugs help seeds germinate by keeping them moist. Spiders make sure that the saplings aren't eaten by hungry critters. Earthworms do all the composting. And in the Knysna forest, the imps have trained the Knysna lories to fly them wherever they wish to go. Imps are extremely happy. When they wish to show support, they'll cheer loudly. They love mischief, like most Fae. They enjoy their lives, their work, and to see only the good in the world. Even when humans destroy their forest, they do not become dark and vindictive. They leave revenge to the other Fae living there while they regrow the forest. Unfortunately, being plant fairies, they get eaten by animals by mistake. A lot. Though they have an elder who leads their group, they take the words of the oldest tree inhabited by a tree nymph in their forest very seriously. They believe that this old tree nymph isn't just wise, but knows a lot about the past and the future. Imps are the size of an adult's thumb, though they can be any size they need to protect their forest. Part of keeping the forest clean is to eat whatever dies there. Imps only eat what's already dead. Whether animal or plant doesn't really matter to them. They'll even eat the corpses of other Fae or humans. As a little bonus, let's look at the translation of imps into Afrikaans. Woudkabouters. This is of my own making. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of the Fairies and Folklore podcast and that you've learned something new about fairies. Remember that you can get a transcript of this episode in the description. If you're new to the podcast, why not go and grab your free copy of Unseen, the second book in the fairy tale series, on my website, RenaldoMythmaker.com. Loads of folklore, magic, and danger await. Take care.